With me to discuss this further is wildlife campaigner and TV presenter Nicholas Daines. Nicholas, thanks so much for joining us.
Pleasure.
There's this discussion for this worldwide ban on ivory. I mean, do you think this will actually help the situation for elephants?
I do, and obviously I am completely in favour of a worldwide ban. In a climate where the black market price and the demand for ivory is so high, elephants' lives are at risk at the mere prospect of a sanctioned sale on ivory. And if we're going to successfully tackle poaching and the ever-growing ivory trade, then we really need to return to a worldwide ban. And we've seen before the ban in 1989 that it does work. Black market prices slumped and poaching fell dramatically.
Well, as you say, there is such a massive demand for it, so is it realistic then?
It is realistic, but it's only part of the overall solution, because we really need to clamp down on international criminal syndicates by means of tough law enforcement on national and international levels. And that is all along the supply and demand chain.
This is just a snapshot of the situation for elephants in Africa. What about the situation in Asia? You've done a lot of work in Malaysia, for example.
Yes, I've been working with the pygmy elephants in Malaysia and Borneo, and yes, the situation there is just as dire. The pygmy elephant is in immediate danger of facing extinction due to plummeting numbers, which have fallen by over 50% in the last 3 generations. And there are only 1,500 pygmy elephants left in the entire world. So it's a really drastic situation.
And we can see some images there of you playing with those elephants.
They are the cutest things you've ever seen, and if that doesn't make you want to conserve the species, I don't know what does. But the numbers are falling even more now because of the human-elephant conflict that's occurring there, and the elephants are being poisoned, shot, and being killed at an alarming rate.
Just tell us a little bit more about this sort of human-elephant conflict. What does it actually mean? What actually happens?
Well, shrinking forests that are making way for palm oil plantations and agriculture are fragmenting and destroying the elephant's habitat, and the decline of native plant species make it harder for the endemic pygmy elephant to find food, so they're encroaching on farmland and palm oil plantations looking for food. And of course these elephants can eat up to 300 pounds of vegetation every single day, so they're seen as pests by the farmers and palm oil plantation owners, and they're taking the law into their own hands. And although these elephants are protected fully by law, they are being shot and poisoned, and they're leaving these baby orphans at an alarming rate because the mothers are being killed.
How would a census that's taken place in Africa benefit Asia?
Well, I think it would just give us a more accurate census of population numbers throughout Asia. I've been dealing with Malaysian Borneo, and of course there's Indonesian Borneo, so it would really help to consolidate everything. And in addition to human-elephant conflict and loss of habitat, there are other factors such as viruses that can plague these elephant populations as well, such as the endotheliotrophic herpes virus, which has dramatic effects too.
You've worked closely with the Malaysian government. I mean, are these governments listening? Are they trying to change things, crack down on things? Is anything happening?
I think they are. In my experience, the Malaysian government is fully committed to conserving this endemic species, and they're now endorsing sustainable palm oil and forest management and using already logged land instead of cutting down virgin rainforests, which we will never get back. And it means just liaising and working with plantation owners and farmers to create reforested wildlife corridors so these elephants can pass freely between natural forests.
They're quite extraordinarily clever as well, aren't they? Yesterday in Alistair's report, I was listening to him talk about how they know they're protected in in Botswana, sorry, and so they stay sort of along that route, you know, knowing that they're in danger.
Absolutely, they are so intelligent, they are incredible. And even down to when I was working with the pygmy elephants, the little orphans in Borneo, to the person that feeds them. I mean, they will only bond with one person. So there's some footage on the video that you were showing where Buddha, one of the tiny little babies that was only 4 months old, was sniffing my fingers and bonding with me, so that eventually I was able to feed him. So I can they're just so intelligent. They know exactly where they should and shouldn't be,
Well,
or when they're in danger.
Well, it's just sad to think that there's so few of the pygmy ones left, and we do need to do more to protect these other elephants. Thanks so much, Nicholas, for joining us on the programme.